HOMECARE Breakthrough Solutions Revenue Accelerator Program. Hey, what's happening everyone? It's Gregg, HOMECARE Breakthrough Solutions, and welcome to another episode of the Revenue Accelerator Program. So today I'm going to talk about something that truly has become, it's not become, I think it maybe always was an epidemic in the home care industry. And that is hiring salespeople and getting a return on investment. So today I'm going to talk about 3 super important things when it comes to hiring a salesperson, really just hiring the right person. Because you guys have heard me talk about, like, there's 3 keys to having success with hiring salespeople. It's like hiring the right person, right sales system, and right accountability. Those are the 3 keys. Over the next few series, I'm going to be talking about like each one of those keys. And the first one we're going to talk about is the first one is like hiring the right person. How do you make sure that you get the right person? And it's so important that you do, because we get fooled. We think that because someone's likable, right? They come in and they've got this good energy that they're going to be a good salesperson. And it can be so much of a false hope. Or we think someone's got industry experience and like, gosh, they've got to be good. They've got to have connections. And then you hire them and it's like, nothing. So there's a reason why those people are looking, right? And even the people that are likable, yes, you want someone likable, all right? One of the keys to growing a business is people are going to refer people to those they know, like, and trust. So likability is like one little piece to it, but just because someone's likable doesn't mean that they're going to produce. And there's a difference, all right? So let's talk about 3 important things that you need to do when even considering someone, all right? And there's a lot more than that. We're going to talk about 3. I've got so many more to go into, and I'll talk about these at my next live event. So the first thing is you want to make sure that you hire someone based on traits, not necessarily on experience, okay? There's a little caveat to that, and that little caveat is ideally you want someone that's got some sales experience, all right? Because we're not gonna be the grooming ground to get someone to maybe like sales. Most people don't like sales. You know that. You might even be one of those people. So we're not gonna be the grooming ground, but we want someone that's got some sales experience, but we're hiring for traits. We're hiring for characteristics. We're hiring people based on what their natural makeup is, all right? Because there's certain characteristics that make someone more likely to be successful in sales. We can't make someone driven, right? We can't make someone resilient. Either they are or they aren't, period. So when you go through the interview process, you need to know what the right traits are that you should be looking for first. And then as you're interviewing questions, which is actually number 2, right? Ask the right behavioral-based questions, okay? Because you want to ask behavioral-based questions that are testing for the traits. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, all right? So let's just say, for example, we are trying to test to see how resilient someone is. Some people, when they're asking questions, might say, well, how would you handle rejection? And guess what? That person who's being interviewed is gonna tell you what they think you want to hear. They're gonna tell you what they think you want to hear, versus asking behavioral-based questions and saying, tell me about a time when you went to a place and they rejected you. They never let you in there. Like, you went there like 5 times and they didn't let you in. Tell me what happened and what did you do about it? It forces them to go back and think about a legitimate time. It's less likely that they're gonna make up BS than them telling you the real experience of what happened, all right? So start with hiring for traits, and then second, have the right behavioral-based interview questions to understand how well they measure up based on these traits. And you can make it a little bit more objective and grade them based on that, all right? So those are 2 of the top things. The next thing is personality profiles are your friend, all right? We use the DISC profile on all of our staff for many years, and there's certain personality profile that is more likely, well, let me rephrase this. Successful salespeople are more likely to have a specific type of personality profile, all right? Too high on something, and it can be a problem. Too low on something, and it can be a problem. So use personality profiles as your friend, okay? It's kind of like your insurance policy. If you've got someone that you're considering and they're kind of like, I'm not sure, and if their profile doesn't fit, they're out, okay? Versus if they're borderline and you feel good about them, but you're just like, I'm just a little anxious, and their profile fits, then that is someone, that is a candidate, when their reference checks and all this other stuff checks out, that you consider hiring, all right? All the other things have to check out. So please, guys, make sure you look at these 3 things. I'm gonna talk about at least 15, 20 other things and walk you through truly the entire system, like the whole process at our next live event of making sure that you hire the right salesperson, covering all 3 of the categories. So make sure that you're there. We're gonna have a link below on when the next event is. So if you want to put your name on the waiting list, we haven't picked a location yet, but once we do, and we have you on the waiting list, then we can make sure that we reach out to you when the event's coming up and all the details and all that fun stuff. So make sure that you are there. We look forward to seeing you. I hope this was helpful, and we look forward to helping you achieve your next home care revenue breakthrough.